Hello everyone, welcome to the SBI Securities weekly wrap. Now let's see how the market have done in the week gone by. Indian equity benchmark indices continue to witness positive sentiments with Nifty and Sensex breaching 24,300 and 80,000 for the first time during the week. Both the indices ended with gains of more than 1% on a week-on-week basis to close at 24,324 and 80,000 respectively. The border markets have outperformed the benchmark with BSE mid-cap and small-cap indices closing higher by 2.8% and 3.9% respectively. Except for consumer durables, all the sector indices reported positive gains during the week, with BSE IT gaining the most at 4.1%. Oil prices gradually inched up upwards on account of geopolitical tension flaring up in the Middle East. Global market cues were positive during the week, while US Treasury yields dipped as market-weighted data showing a persistently tight labor market and a prospect of interest rate cut after comment from Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. On the liquidity front, FII net bought to the tune of 9,108.9 crore and DII net sold to the tune of 385.3 crore, respectively in the cash market during the week. Now let's look at the sectoral gainers and losers. BSE IT index gained the most at 4.1%, followed by PSU and Capgood index, which gained 3.9% both. BSE Consumer Durable lost the most with a decline of 0.2%. Now let's look at the Nifty 50 gainers and losers. The gainers are Infosys, ONGC, HCL Tech, Wipro, Coal India, while the losers are HDFC Bank, Titan, IndusInd Bank, Shriram Finance, Bharti Airtel. Now let's look at the key monitorables. FII were net buyers to the tune of 9,108.9 crore and DII were the net sellers to the tune of 385.3 crore. Brent crude closed in at $87.4 per barrel, gaining 1.2% in the week. Now let's look at the economic data. During the week, Indian manufacturing PMI was published, which stood at 58.3 for the month of June 24, from 57.5 in May 24, denoting a sharp improvement in business condition. Indian service PMI was also published for the month of June at 60.5, which grew from 60.2 in the month of May, pointing a sharp expansion in the output. Now let's look at the stock-wise development. HDFC Bank reported its 1Q FY25 provisional data. Advances grew by 0.8% on a sequential basis to 24.9 trillion. Deposit remained flat at 23.8 trillion. CASA deposits were down by 5% on a quarterly basis. This remained slightly muted numbers for 1Q FY25. Next is Bajaj Finance. The AUM grew by 31% on a YoY basis to 3.5 trillion. Deposit book grew by 26% on a YoY basis to 62,750 crore. It has reported a strong set of numbers, positive for Bajaj Finance. UCO Bank, the advances grew at 18% to 1.9 trillion. The deposit growth stood at 7% to 2.7 trillion. The CASA stood at 38.6 versus a 39.3 on a QoQ basis. It has reported a decent set of numbers. Bajaj Auto reported the monthly sales of 3,58,477 vehicles, up 5.1% on a YoY basis. The total two-wheeler volume stood at 3,0646 vehicles, up 3.4% on a YoY basis. The total export and import volume grew at 0.7% and 8.2% respectively. It has reported a strong set of numbers. Mahindra and Mahindra, it has reported a strong monthly sales volume of 69,397 vehicles in month of June, up 11.2%. Passenger vehicle sales volume stood at 40,022 vehicles, up 22.8% on a YoY basis. Commercial volume stood at 26,778 vehicles, down 2% on a YoY basis. Export grew by 3.7% to 2,597 vehicles in June 24. It has reported strong set of numbers. Tata Motors, June 24 domestic sales fell by 7.7% on a YoY basis to 74,174 vehicles. Total commercial vehicle sales stood at 31,980, down 6.8% on a YoY basis. Domestic passenger vehicle dropped by 7.8% to 42,524 vehicles, and total EV sales stood at 4,657 vehicles, down 33% on a YoY basis. It has reported slightly muted set of numbers. TVS Motors, the company reported June sales volume at 3,33,646 vehicle, up 5% on a YoY basis. Total two-wheeler sales grew by 5.8% on a YoY basis, while three-wheeler registered a sale of 11,478 unit in June 24, down 4.4% on a YoY basis. It has reported healthy set of numbers. Atul Auto reported a monthly sales of 2,628 vehicle, up 107% on a YoY basis. Good set of numbers from Atul Auto. Ashok Leyland reported its June 24 sales volume at 14,940 vehicle, down 1.8% on a YoY basis. Stable set of number from Ashok Leyland. NTPC Power Generation grew 9.5% on a YoY basis, 213.9 billion unit, and coal station recorded a plant load factor of 79.5 as of 1Q FY25. This remained positive for the company in the short term. Indian Energy Exchange total volume grew by 21% to 30,354 million unit. Real-time market volume was up 26.8% to 9,193 million unit, and green market segment volume was up 94.3% to 1,768 million unit. It has reported good set of numbers. Positive for IX. RVNL, it signed a MOU with Delhi Metro Rail Corp for participation in upcoming project in India and abroad. This remained positive for RBNL. Moschiff Technology signed a pact with CDSA and Socionext to make a high performance computing processor, AUM. The processor is to be built on TSMC's 5nm technology node. This remained positive for Moschiff. Brigade Enterprise signed a joint development agreement for 1.2 million square feet residential project in Bengaluru. The project is spread over acres with the gross development value of 1100 crore. This remained positive for Brigade Enterprise. Now let's look at the major order inflows this week. L&T received an order of 1,000 to 2,500 crore from ONGC. Thermas received an order of 513 crore from Jindal Energy Botswana Pty Limited. JET&D India got 235 crore from Grid Solution Middle East FZE Dubai and 578.5 crore from Grid Solution SAS France. Now let's look at the monsoon update. The Southern Peninsula has reported excess rainfall versus LPA by 13% as of 4th June 2024, while the Central India witnessed a deficit of -8%, Northwest India witnessed a deficit of -14%, East and Northeast India reported a deficit of 2%. On the all India level, there is a 3% deficit. Now let's look at the call for the week. During the week, we have given a call on the pick up the format on MOEL with a CMP of 528 and target price of 605. It is a scheduled a mini Ratna category A CPAC under the administration control of Ministry of Steel, Government of India. It operates its underground and open cast mines in Nagpur and Bhandara district of Maharashtra and Balaghat district of Madhya Pradesh. The Q1 business update was very strong. It has achieved its best ever quarterly sales with a robust growth of 14.5%. The performance was backed by record quarterly production of 4.7 lakh tons during 1Q FY25, up 8% on a YY basis. The company has also continued to focus on exploration activities and carried out exploratory core drilling of 3,028 meters in 1Q FY24, higher by 49% on a YY basis. MOEL took a series of price hike in 1Q FY25. This also remained positive for MOEL. On a valuation basis, the company has a production capacity of 1.4 million ton, which constitute 50% of manganese ore produced in India. The domestic demand is expected to improve largely on the back of rising steel demand, as every ton of crude steel produced requires 30 kg of manganese ore. Indian crude steel production is estimated to double to 300 million ton by FY30, which requires 11 million ton of manganese ore. So we expect MOEL to be a key beneficiary of it. Now let's look at the key trackables for next week. The earnings season is going to officially kick off with IT behemoth TCS declaring its June 24 quarter result on 11 June, followed by HCL Tech and Avenue Supermarts in 12th and 13th July. In US, CPI, PPI and initial jobless claim will be out, which will be keenly watched by market participants to gauge the Fed interest rate path going forward. India will also release its inflation next week, which will be important for the market perspective. For key corporate action in the next week, kindly refer to our weekly wrap report. The link to view the report is shared in the description below. This was all about Weekly Wrap podcast. Thank you for listening.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.